Bonjour mes amis. Je suis en France, dans les rivières, dans les Rhine. Là-bas, à côté le Rhine, c'est l'allemand. Mais ici, en France. D'accord. Je fais maintenant, aujourd'hui, un petit tour cycle dans les Rhine. Peut-être nous sommes une photo, fait la photo, je connais pas. Je connais pas. Ah. Aujourd'hui, c'est très beau. Il fait très chaud. Il fait très chaud, il fait très beau pour travailler. Il fait très chaud, il fait très beau pour travailler. Well, I managed to get out of Germany for a few hours. And I was supposed to meet a man on the ferry. A man with a goose feather in his hat. He didn't turn up, he didn't show. So I'm not sure what to do now. Perhaps that's him out there on that boat. A wonderful cloud-filled sky. Stop in a minute and take a few pictures, like right now. I don't know if you will be able to listen to me, whether the audio quality is working, because I've got the wrong shirt on today. Usually I have a special shirt which I can quite happily put my microphone recorder in there, but this shirt's got quite a strange pocket and the microphone recorder doesn't fit in snugly, and it might not work. We'll see. Quite tempted to take a little run down there. Just have a look at that beautiful little river there. Ooh. I'll find a way down there, perhaps. I know you like little stories, so I'll tell you one. It's about, must have been 18 years ago. I was on this very path, a little further down, and my wife was heavily pregnant 1 week before she was due to give birth to my first son. And we stopped in this little parking place down here and decided to go for a little walk, quite as we are today. And we walk along this little path past the river, and we could see the car parked about 200 or 300 metres. And I saw a man come up to the car, man in a three-piece suit. Do you know what? He had the audacity to smash on the window, and my quite confused pregnant wife left her bag in there. We thought it'd be okay because the car was still in sight, but the bag was gone. And he drove off at high speed, and we couldn't chase after him because my wife was so heavily pregnant. So they spent the whole afternoon in the French police post, and they wouldn't even let us use the telephone to cancel the cards. It was disgraceful. Now, heading due north, and if I was to carry on this path, I'd eventually arrive in Strasbourg, and if I carried on the path, and carried on, I would eventually arrive in Rotterdam, in Holland. and ride into the North Sea, which is not a good idea. Anyway, it's too far to go that far today. Il fait très chaud, il fait très beau pour travailler. Il fait très chaud, il fait très beau pour travailler. Time for another picture, maybe? Oh, why not? Why not indeed? What I think we'll do today is follow the Rhine for about 10 miles, cut across, and there's a secret shortcut I know across the river. And for a couple of shillings I could get across the river, I think, quietly, without anyone knowing. And then we'll slip back through the forest and see what happens. I'm quite tempted to go down there and have a little swim, in fact. I wonder if there's a way down. You see that bird in front on the sign there? The sign with the diagonal stripe? That big black bird sitting on top. I don't think you'll be able to see it. I can see it quite well. Yeah, can you see it? Top of the bird on the sign. Cormorant or something. I don't know. Don't know anything about birds. Not them sort anyway. Isn't it wonderful? Look at him there, pecking at the sky. There's a penguin. He's going to go, there he goes, into the water and catch a fish. Always interesting to go on a little bike ride. You never know what's going to come along. Perhaps nothing, perhaps something interesting. We'll have to see. Be interesting to see if Big Bertha comes tomorrow. You know, the storm, tropical storm, downgraded to a windy day. We'll have a good storm. Can't beat a good storm. Only a fool would ride in this weather without a hat. Well, I'm not wearing one. Couldn't find it. And the straw hat always blows off when I'm on bike. And those safety ones, I feel like I'm being strangled by the strap. I don't like to be strapped into things. It's not my thing, you know. I'm going to let you look at the wildflowers for a while down there. Quite beautiful. Perhaps it is marram grass. To help the bank, hold the bank together. Heather, thistles, cow parsley, it's all there. It's all there. Everywhere. Everywhere you look, things are growing. Look at that down there, isn't that beautiful? You see that? Some beautiful little swamp type affair with an old washing machine in there. Well, we are in France, aren't we? It's like the waving of a mermaid's hair, those weeds. There's always a subtle difference between France and Germany. Germany's clean and everything's just perfect. In France, there's always a slight smell. Nothing's done quite right, but it's done with a lot of elan. And the women look a little bit more slutty in France than you do in Germany. In Germany, everyone looks like they're prepared for something, like they're prepared for bad weather, you know, prepared for a rough path of sensible walking shoes and some kind of shower-proof clothing, so you could never get caught out. You go in France and have a look around, and you see the women walking around in stiletto heels and miniskirts and beehives on their heads, and it's quite normal. They're not prepared. Well, they're prepared, but they're prepared for something else. I'm not sure what, something or other. Look at them baby swans there. I have to stop and take a photograph now. Hoopla. I say my codjourneys are getting a bit hot today. Decided not to put on my lycra trousers today. I'm a bit of a fool in France with them on. Oh shit, I made quite a mistake here. With my reckoning I should be over there. And there's just water in the way. And I've got two choices. I go all the way back to where I came from, in the distance, about almost 10 miles, or I go an unknown distance this way till I come to the next bridge crossing. And that means I've got to drive about 5 miles north, cross over the river, and drive all the way back again to arrive here, where I am now. Bloody hell. Never take a shortcut unless you know what you're doing. Oh dear. Well, I think I'll carry on up there till I get to the river. And it's going to be an extra 7 or 8 miles, an extra 10 kilometres perhaps. But it's a beautiful day. Sun's still high in the sky. I've got an apple and half a bottle of drink. And I'll carry on. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. Camouflage supplementary. I'm 7 or 8 kilometres down the river. And it's quite a Kafkaesque feeling. I guess you get stuck on one of these spurs of land and you can't find a way to get across the water. But I hope that this spur of land will connect with the bridge in the distance so I can cross over the water back into Germany. It was a long way round, and that's what you get for taking a shortcut. I see the bridge in the distance, so I think everything's going to be good. The clouds are hanging most strangely in the sky today. Oh my God, I'm locked out, I'm locked in. I'm leaving the French sector now. Don't like to drive on this small road. There's nowhere to escape from the cars, fences and wires everywhere. People watching, spies. No place for a cyclist. Coming up to the German sector, 1,000 meters. Steady as she goes, Mr. Sulu. We're crossing back into the land of the Hun. A strong wind blowing in my face. And if you look over the other side of the river, that's where we were standing about an hour ago. I hope there's a intergalactic kiosk here where I can buy myself a refreshment, a beer, water, wine, anything. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Une Kronenberg, s'il vous plaît. C'est froid? C'est froid?
Oui.
Ah bon.
La 70.
Merci. Au revoir. I'm heading back on the southerly coast. Open a beer. I know if that gives me enough energy to get home. Oh. I got to head of course, south-southeast, and I'll hit home in about 1.5 hours. First of all, I gotta take a little break and cool off. So it might be a bit windy now. Coming to the end of our trip today. I just left the river and now take it easy on the little back lanes of Baden-Württemberg back to home. Now that might be interesting for Brendan. That's a field full of soya beans, and if I hadn't known what soya beans were, there we go, soya beans.